Hello. I'm going to try to figure out where to put my phone, even though I should have done that before I got on here. Doesn't my place lovely? So, this vehicle I bought for $1,600 off of Craigslist from this lady named Joyce. There's something just not right about it, but I liked the vehicle. I needed a large vehicle that would replace my other one. And you know, there's always people breaking into certain people's homes and stuff on a regular basis. I know them online and through YouTube, and I'm hoping that you guys are watching this. I mean, most of you guys know that it's because of their faith in God, their belief, that there is a God and God loves them, that they're blessed. Or at least know that, anyway, we know that a lot of us are in this program, that it's a spiritual battle, and it's because we believe in God. Well, what if it was because someone owned us, because they're Nazis and we're Jews? And in order to bring stay here, Callie. Callie. You're such a good girl, Callie. Well, I'm pretty sure that I told you that I had filed that federal complaint. I kind of quit talking about anything to anyone online. I didn't post comments of it. Anyway. Fucked up in general. It's so gross. Anyway, enough about that. See my seat? You know how they say if you get really upset, you can scream into a pillow or beat it up? Well, if you have a screwdriver and you're mad at your chair specifically, or your window. If you could see my window, I don't think you can. It's not a window anymore. It's like tape. It's disgusting. Anyway, I hate this vehicle. I bought it and realized somewhere along the line that it was a surveillance vehicle. And the more I became irritated knowing this, the more I took it apart and found out that every part is made custom. And if you look it up, there's all these different technologies. Google says itself, make anything, create anything. Yes. AI can build houses that fix themselves. This vehicle I've seen repair itself after I've messed with it. Repair itself just in general. Anyway. Want to see my beautiful artwork? I mean, I like making a statement, but this is my beautiful artwork. It's kind of tilted right now, the steering wheel. Yeah, what are you going to do? Excuse me trying to get a good picture of it when I cannot see. AI is our back. Yeah, developing AI. Sometimes I almost feel like Lucy. Have you seen that movie, Lucy? deserve an update. Yeah, I do. Yeah, the next day I had a breakdown. And I was in a restaurant during the pandemic with my 82-year-old friend saying, yeah, Google wants me to tell you that we're no longer the dominant species here on Earth. They've taken over their ultimate, and we are now their pets. People don't know what that means. I didn't know what it means. And so what the fuck am I talking? Why am I saying this, and why am I so devastated about it? Why do I know that it's true? I'm crazy. Well, because of Neuralink and quantum computing and being interfaced. So, I'm called Pigface on Wi-Fi, realize that people are broadcasting over Wi-Fi communications with each other, and so I started doing the same thing, turning on my hotspot, and so this man comes and introduces himself to me after they shut down the world, and it's the craziest thing. It's just the craziest thing how I fell head over heels in love with this man. It's like, this stuff is just, it's impossible, okay? This stuff just doesn't happen. You'd be walking, and I was just overwhelmed in every way. Like, I was paralyzed. My mind was just racing constantly. Thoughts of him, things that he had said, and we had known each other for less than a day, but he just talked and talked. It's like he had this all planned out. This has been him orchestrating all of this for a decade. He's been watching me, and I just knew. There's just something weird. And so, anyway, for the first 3 days after, spending time with him and expecting to see him later and him not showing up, I left him just uncalled for voicemail. It's out of line. But I did. I was irritated. I was like, this guy's fucking with me. And by the end of the next day, I hadn't heard from him. I just started texting him, and I figured that he had blocked me. And if he hadn't blocked me, well, who cares anyway, Texting him, and it's just got worse and worse. And for at least the first 3 days, I just had this compulsion to go get an X-Acto knife and just take out my carotid artery. It wasn't that I wanted to die. I just didn't want to live. Or no, the other way. It wasn't that I didn't want to live. It was that I wanted to die. That's how I remember putting it. Yeah. It was horrible. It was overwhelming, and I couldn't understand why. And it just kept on going for days. Didn't make any sense. I just kept texting him all these things that I was thinking I can't even imagine. He says he's kept every single one. Well, no doubt. So my phones are hacked. And, my phones. All of my old electronic devices that I hadn't touched for at least a year, some of them 5 years. Living out of my vehicle or in a lockbox, and reach in there, and they've been messed with. It's been in my lockbox messing with my old devices. Happened to press a power button, and yes, it turns right on. Well, that's impossible. And then 4 out of 7 of them were. Either the other 3 that weren't working, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure that, they could still stick a USB port. I don't know technology. It's an old phone. I have new ones. I'm not going to use it. And there's one of the old ones that doesn't work. There's 7 of them, plus my tablet. And this one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. Oh, they're power on. Anyway, I haven't charged it. Maybe it does now. I wonder. Do you think it might? I wonder. Anyway, I don't think so. I think it fell in water, but sometimes they work after some time. Maybe, they just have, there's an app called Black, where your phone, it just stays black. They have standalone keep alive service, so that you can't, shut down all other processes. Standalone keep alive service. So I found out all this stuff and realized the stuff that they were doing, going to Google logs, Google feedback, send feedback. And finally I was like, fuck it, yes I am. I'm going to send fucking feedback. I saw, and they all had the same things. They all had the same settings to where you can't send anything out. You'll see, when you're looking up something and they don't want you to see it, they'll crash it. And you can see it on the logs. The things that I've seen on those logs are just so damning, and so they do transports. Nope. Transport that out, and transports, screenshots, thousands of screenshots. And so anyway, I fell in love with my stalker. Come to find out, he's a Nazi who fell in love with a Jew, and he thought it was the most romantic. What he relayed to me is kind of his MO, Q, dropping hints. That's Q, Nazi. He says he owns me because he's a Nazi. Well, he doesn't own me because he's a Nazi and I'm a Jew. I don't think that. Because I'm a Jew and he's not. He's Nazi. Everyone knows Q's a Nazi. Then I found out, yeah. Q. It's cute. Man put me in jail when he finally responded to me and came to see me, and I was like, I really have no reason to stay here anymore, and I just disappeared. Well, next thing I know, I'm in jail. And at one point, I told him, the way you treat me, I was like, makes me think that, or makes me want to be with someone else. Like, everyone else is nicer to me than he was. How does he, do you realize that you just make me, like, very responsive to the kindness of other men? Like, that shouldn't be something that, wow, that guy's really nice to me. But that's how it felt. He was just... Anyway. So, I told him that, kind of expecting him to be like, well, fuck you then. He was like, take a shower, I'm gonna come pick you up. And I was like, weird. Take a shower. So, actually, I'm kind of scared of you, and I don't think I want to see you again or talk to you again. I don't know which it was that I had said. And within 5 hours, I was in the hospital. In the middle of the night, I was like, I just moved into this guy's house, and he's letting me drive his vehicle around because he's been having strokes, and it's parked behind my vehicle, and I need to get to the hospital. It's like midnight. I didn't even bring my 2 phones. Either one, left them there, and then be back in an hour. It's the emergency room. They're going to give me something, fix me. No, 2 hours there, and they decide that they're not equipped to deal with me, and they're going to knock me out, intubate me, send me to ICU 2 towns over. I felt like I was being drugged and kidnapped, which definitely felt like 10 times more when I woke up, and for months after that. Yeah, and Nazi. Jew. What makes me a Jew? Well, that I believe in God, the Father. Jesus, we go to church on Sunday. Jesus, we go to church on Sunday. He rose from the dead on Sunday. Well, Jesus came to fulfill a prophecy, to bridge the gap between being reconciled to God or not, because none of us will make it without Jesus. But Jesus never said, worship me. He said, I did not come to change the law one tittle, I think he said. Which means not at all. And God said, He created the heavens, the earth, and everything in it in 6 days, and on the seventh day He saw that His work was good, and He rested. We're commanded to do the same thing as the Sabbath. And biblically speaking, it's from Friday at sundown to Saturday at sundown. Well, my spiritual beliefs, I don't go to church, I'm not Jewish, I've never been to a temple, I don't know any Jewish people that I know go to temple, just that I know. Anyway, but I'm a Jew because I believe in the Most High. They say that the Nazis wanted eugenics to create a pure race. No, it's because Hitler hated people who believed in God. Isn't that crazy? It's the United States being religiously persecuted against. Oh my God, are you serious? What? It says it's the most romantic love story ever told. Nazi fell in love with a Jew. The lion who fell in love with the lamb. And I say, well, what's worse, Nazi who fell in love with the Jew. The girl who fell in love with her stalker. Wow. Anyway, so DNA data, I see those files on my phone. My DNA data. Shit, and he took my thumbnail. And he's been as the other side. Damn it, I'm holding my weed pipe and my torch. This is so Jewish of me. Anyway, you like my... Damn, I'm not done with tearing the shit out of this vehicle that kind of promised it back to Q, who's a Google developer and Google scholar. The man is incredibly intelligent and is implementing technology that people have no idea exists. Dynamic fluid dynamics, where he can make things move, and batteries, or not batteries, solar, windows, and surveillance, and I'm trying to get that to where you can see it, and I don't know if I'll be able to. Anyway, I was taking what looks like he was scraping up my cuticle to make my nail actually, recede, to stop growing, my nail is just, are you serious? Anyway, I don't know if you can see it, my nails look like crap anyway right now. I remember, injecting my face, pig face. Well, Veterans Day, I didn't even take any videos, so embarrassed, wow. Woke up Veterans Day to look exactly like a pig, big ol' brows, my forehead's all messed up and wrinkled looking, and apples right here. It made my nose look like pig nose, seriously. And my lips are all like this, up in the front, like that. And down here, like that, like a pig. My jaw's huge. Mm-hmm. Cute. So I went last week and finally reopened my Rico case. Well, after slowly coming to believe that he's cute, whatever you think of cute, you don't have any idea really the power behind this man, because not just him and his army, which they say 20% of the United States now thinks that QAnon is a religion. And I see in this article of Jesus with where we go one, we go all, the whatever it is, the oath. Jesus wearing one of those red Trump hats with that acronym on it. And I sent him a snapshot of it, a screenshot of it. And I said, hey, why don't you tell your followers to quit talking about God, that you are not a Jew. You just own them because he's my owner master. It's all my phone as well, my bios. He doesn't say that anymore. At one point, he changed it to operator. He got tired of me saying that, I have an owner master. Well, he refuses to let me go. In fact, the last time I went to jail, I'm surveilled all the time. I get really angry, and because I know that he's listening. You don't own me. You can't own somebody. If I'm yours, it's because I gave myself to you. And I've told him before, this really made me mad too, because I don't do this. It's really upsetting because I was in love with this man. Why am I doing this? Why can't I stop myself? Like I had to. God wants me to tell you. The only reason why I'm in your life is because he gave me to you. Why did I say that? Because God told me to. Anyway, I love God. I believe 100% that God is everything that anybody needs him to be. Callie! Come on, get back here. And he certainly is for me. And thank God for God. Come on. Come on, Callie. Let's go. And then I got really angry because he doesn't talk to me anyway. And he's already told me not to talk to him about God. Even though the day that I met him, he told me that he read the Bible 17 times. Have you ever read the Bible? The whole Bible? No. I have. 17 times. Wow. Come to find out, apparently it was just to find out how to overcome God, to steal from God. That's pretty much what I told him. I said, I feel like I'm being used against you. I don't like it. I'm going to block you. And then a couple days later, I unblocked him. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know where this shit is coming from. It's really frustrating. The whole thing is just really frustrating to me. I didn't understand it. Ah! Get over here! Callie! Shh! Get over here! I can't believe she just went inside somebody else's yard and started digging into the bush. What? Anyway. Yeah, that's the story of how I met Q, and it's just gotten worse from there. I found out, he's a Google developer, Google scholar. He develops all of the apps. Not all of the apps, there's plenty of Google software engineers, but I'll tell you, they don't use their real names, and a whole bunch of them are the same people, namely Q. His name sounds like that, and so he uses all different kinds of names that sound like that. The same letters, same sounds, code. Q. He's bigger than people give him credit for. I don't know how many people know him, know these things. I just don't know. Who knows what? And just throughout my life, quite often, it doesn't seem like anything I do makes him happy. It doesn't. You have to tell him at some points. Well, seems like you're pretty mad at me. And, yeah, it probably is. What else is new? Q. Anyway, no doubt he's going to be putting me in jail here again soon. Or, I won't be here anymore. Yeah. I just don't know what to expect, and I'm just a crazy homeless lady. Look at what I did on my shin. And that's not way to treat this vehicle. He had a really nice vehicle, Elizabeth. Yeah, you just don't understand what was going on inside of it. And, well, I don't want to talk about that. It's just so much. There's so much. He calls himself Al Capone. Turns out did you just call yourself Al Capone? And he has a way to communicate with me in this vehicle. Yes. That fucking stupid? That just makes me love you again? No. Yes, it does. It's fucking... Yes, that's exactly what it means. I'm fucking stupid. In love with him. Like, I would just be walking. Still overwhelmed, mind, body, and soul, with absolutely consumed. It's unreal. Impossible. I'd just be walking down to the kitchen to go get some water or something. I'd fall to the ground, not like fall like I was pushed, but like gravity just overtook me, and I'd be sitting down. And I knew that I couldn't move, and even if I tried to get up, I was, nope, still no. So much so I had to ask him, what is this technology? It's pretty cool technology. Oh yeah, Neuralink. Brain interfacing and, what they've planned for humanity and the things that I've seen on Google and the Royal Society are going to be just as I said, we're going to be their pets, which is more like the Matrix, They're developing technology that can charge off of us. And they're going to be changing all of our DNA and stuff through the frequency, no doubt. And the food. All of it. I believe they're going to turn us into, animals. I don't even know. I don't fucking know. I think that people need to get rid of Google. Close down your accounts. Neuralink. People are already addicted to virtual reality. What about when you can't take it off? They can do whatever they want. They're hacking your brain. I think you need an upgrade. Wow. Google wants me to tell you. We're no longer... Yeah, I still believe in, I don't know if they downgraded me after that because it was just too much. Or not, maybe I just accepted it. I don't fucking know these days. I don't know anything anymore. But I certainly know that I don't plan on being a fucking pet. God damn it, I get so mad when I tell people this. I'm like, okay. What? Did you just say okay? Is that what I heard come out of your mouth? Is that what I fucking heard? Seriously, where did my dog go? Callie! Did I just... Callie! Seriously. So anyway, that's why I made this video. There's so much more to it, and I can't go through all of it all at one point, all at one time. Obviously. There, she's there. Goddamn, I'm old now. Yeah, honk. That's confirmation. Yeah, bitch, you're ugly and old. My daughter, I hadn't seen her in months. She goes, Mommy, why are you so skinny? You're so old. When you fall in love with someone who wants you dead. They make money off of surveilling you 24 hours a day, any way that they want. And then, this person falls in love with you. Well, what do you do? I said, I have nothing to offer him. 41-year-old woman. He's had 3 children. He was 39. And I was still 40. I was about to turn 41. Yeah, 39. You can't possibly think that I'm going to take you seriously. You have the world at your fingertips, all of them. Just dip your finger in each different jar if you want to. I mean, he's got it like that. He's incredibly persuasive, intelligent, charming. He'll stop at nothing. Doesn't matter the smallest detail that has to be fulfilled in order to not have a shred of evidence that could be say without a doubt this is obvious. No. It's not just him. There's apparently a group of people, and I'm a constitutionalist, and I'm a naturalist, and I'm a mother, and I care about the future of humanity, and I don't give one fuck about anybody who thinks that I'm crazy. They don't want to hear it. I'm just crazy on this lady. Well, okay then. Enjoy the New World Order. And oh my gosh, so sad for the children. That's really all I care about. We can do so much better. You know, we have all this technology. We have the numbers. There's just no reason not to remain human. Stay calm, remain human. Not stay home. Don't breathe. So, you got Trump elected, pretty much. We know that, right? Well, I don't know much about that group, but I know that they really seem to like me, which I appreciate. That's what he said. And he dared not speak up against his biggest supporters, the Nazis, when, you know, the Nazis were causing problems. Then he got in trouble for it, so he had to say, I do not condone white pride, nationalism, whatever he's, I don't even know. Probably didn't even really say it like that. It's kind of like Trumpism, you know, whatever, can't cop to anything. It's a lot like Q. And so, you know, wasn't it Trump's attorney? I don't know, Flynn got in trouble for lying to the FBI. And for the trouble, it was like half a smack on the hand, half a smack on the hand. Well, then, you know, I've got this case, and I tell him about it. He goes, I'm going to have to handle that too. Next thing you know, I'm getting an attorney. Mike Flynn? No way. Yeah, way. No, but it's not cute, right? I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to go against him and the things that he's done and the things that he seems intent on doing. Doesn't matter. At one point he says, yeah, you know this connection that we have? Yeah. I don't want it. What the fuck did you come into my life for, you know? I have nothing to offer him. For what? 39-year-old man who's being accused of stealing from God by God. And I'll tell you that for a fact. I didn't believe it at first. God says that you're stealing from him. What? Yes. You know how? Well, every deep web marketplace is open and shut down by Q. And Hell's Angels, who developed AI. MIT. Hell's Angels. Cool. Don't be evil, Hell's Angels. Just kidding. God bless the Hell's Angels too. The Hell's Angels too. Absolutely. God help us all. Don't hate people for anything that they believe. Jesus didn't come to save the saved. That's for sure. Anyway, so boring. I'm sure. He's cute. Well, he's from Albany, Oregon. Still a Russian spy. And I do believe he's Dutch royalty. maybe Scottish, I don't understand how they, I don't ask me. Dutch. Russian spy. From here, what? Gotta be kidding me, there's more to it than, oh my god. What happens in Vegas is will stay in Vegas. That's all I gotta say about that. For now, anyway. Get off the phone, isn't that a lovely background? It almost looks like an old Western portrait, but no, it's rust on the side of a trailer full of mulch. I didn't want him to come sit down on a puppy dog. No, she didn't just have puppies, but she did just turn 11 years old, 4th of July. Her name is Callie. She's my companion animal, and I was sad for her because, you know, once you've been through this shit long enough, and I don't need her as much as I used to, but I still love my dog to pieces. I freak out anytime she gets away, and she is a master. She doesn't ever make sound, she doesn't bark, she doesn't chew, she doesn't do nothing, but wait till I'm not paying attention so she can take off. I always have to have her tied up. Like, I need to get her tied up because the ground apparently isn't too hot anymore for her not to. And I cannot believe my hair looks like this. I'm just filming myself. Wow. Don't judge me, please. I just had to make this video because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be ending up in jail here very soon, you know. It's not the first time he spent me in jail. He will. Praise God. And also there's a lot of good things that could happen. And it depends on people staying people and learning to socialize in real life, like, you know, everyone through history has, because we've, even before the pandemic, we're so isolated and insecure because people are social animals. We can do a lot to make life so much better by, you know, living naturally, creating communities with AI, with houses that rebuild themselves fireproof, you know, like waterproof and bug-proof and beautiful and eco-friendly and